Sometimes it is the people who no one imagines anything of, who do the things that no one can imagine.
Here we are, 2012. We all depend on technology, and none of us know how to read and write code.
It's not this kind of geeky, techie thing. What you're doing is empowering yourself.
It's like a puzzle, and if you like puzzles and challenges, you're going to love coding.
It's absolutely indispensable to so many of the things we're trying to do today.
Whether you want to be the Prime Minister, a vet, or a social worker, technology is going to underpin all of those jobs.
The internet is now everywhere. It's like water.
It's transformed our world in 20 years.
It shapes our countries, shapes our kind of social dynamics, can innovate so much, and so if you have that toolkit, it means you have a lot of power to kind of come up with crazy ideas and make them real.
I got my first computer when I was in 6th grade.
I had a ZX81 personal computer.
I coded because I didn't just want to use the program, I wanted to start writing them.
So I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
You start small, building something that you're interested in, and you just learn these lessons, and there aren't that many of them, and you just eventually can get to the point where you can do almost anything that you want.
You're able to launch something, create it and deliver it across the world in no time at all.
It just unlocks all these different possibilities.
If you can code, you can take the ideas in your head and make them happen.
So you can not just play Angry Birds, you can actually make your own Angry Birds. Or you can make visual effects in a film, or you can design a jet propulsion engine.
It's all about possibilities. And if you want to change the world, technology is the best way.
Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it.
One of the great things about computer science is it's one of the highest paying degrees there is. Computer science is now the major with the highest starting salary, and that's according to Forbes magazine. Computer science is also one of the most family-friendly degrees. You can work from home with great paying conditions, and one good example is Netflix, who offers 12 months parental leave. You get the opportunity to contribute more to society. The #1 charity in the world is founded by Bill Gates. The World Wide Web is free and open to anybody, and anybody can contribute towards it. Open source projects make a massive difference to millions of lives. Mobile phones are making a real difference to people's lives. And the likes of Google and Microsoft are bringing the internet to faraway villages that never before would have had any kind of connection at all. As well as the main thrust of the A-level course, you get the opportunity to have tasters of real university courses. Harvard University, University of Michigan, Rice University, Stanford University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology all provide us with materials that we can use, and you can go on to study during your summer for a full certificate in those modules. What do we study? The curriculum for the AS level is as follows. We study information representation, where we break apart file formats and see how they're really made. We do communication internet technologies, where we see what is actually the internet. It's not some cloud, it's a real structure with real things that make it come together. We look at hardware, we go deep, we look at the actual logic gates, we look at all of the things and the electronics that make up hardware in our computers. We look at processor fundamentals. What makes a computer work? We look at system software, we look at operating systems, Microsoft, Apple, and Linux. We look at security, privacy, and data integrity. How can we keep our data secure? How can we make sure privacy for everybody? We look at the ethics of ownership. How can we ensure that we are operating in an ethical way? And most importantly, I should imagine, for those of you entering the industry, how can you make sure you're getting paid? We finally look at databases and data modeling. How can we make real use of that data? How can we turn it into something useful and interesting? A major part of the AS level is giving you the opportunity to make your own coding project. You might choose Unity, which enables us to make 3D worlds. You might choose something like Swift, which allows you to make iOS apps. Or you might choose Pygame, which is great on the Raspberry Pi and enables you to make lovely 2D games and windowed operations. Ultimately, we're looking for you to master algorithm design, problem solving, data representation, programming and software development.
Thanks everybody, and happy coding.